Hi, my name is Michelle. I will be giving you a speech today in reference to abuse of the 911 system. Um, I do have a graph here. Um, this kind of shows you that approximately 40% of all calls that we've received in the county that I live in were actually emergent calls. 52% of these calls were non emergent, and 8% of the calls were either hang ups or a misdialing, child calling, whatnot. Um, so, as I'm going to talk about the abuse of the 911 system as a paramedic myself, a lot of times we feel that we are more less than a medical provider, but more of a taxi driver. We do get a lot of calls in reference to, I just need to get out of this house. I don't want to be here anymore. Take me to the hospital so I can easily just sign myself out, not be treated, and walk across the street. Um, a true emergency is somebody that is dealing with life or death. Somebody, as in, for an example, somebody having a heart attack or a stroke. Those people need to see a doctor very, very soon. Their life is actually dependent on it. Versus people who say just want to go to the hospital for a pregnancy test, which they can go to the Dollar General or the dollar store and buy one for $1. But instead that they would rather tie up a resource, an ambulance, to have them take them to the hospital to confirm that they're pregnant or not. People also go to the emergency room, one, because they don't have insurance and they know that the emergency room is not going to deny them. They can't by law, they have to be seen. This actually clogs the emergency room up, the waiting room. People who really need to be seen, but they can't because you have somebody who may have, I don't know, slipped and fell, um, but has no injuries, but they just want to be checked out, or somebody who was in a very minor car accident with very minimal damage, um, because those people feel that they're going to get more money from the insurance company. So these types of instances actually cause the emergency room to get backed up. And then that's where people get frustrated because they have to wait, but they just don't understand how the hospital works as a triage system. Um, Whenever calling 911, you really need to ask yourself quickly, is this a true emergency? Do these people really need to see a doctor right here, right now, at this time? If it's a common cold, try to do home remedies or buy over the counter medicine. A lot of people just think that getting an antibiotic is going to cure everything. Possibly, if it's a bacterial infection, but if it's a viral, you're just going to have to let it run its course. So now you have wasted not only your time, but the doctor's time, and you have taken up a room for a patient that who truly really needs a room to be seen. Um, if you're really considering you need to be seen by a doctor, but your PCP is closed, think about urgent care or emergency room. Urgent cares are easy to be seen, they're quick, and they can handle a lot of different things. They can handle a lot of your common colds, your flus, some asthma attacks, your allergic reactions. And we're talking minor allergic reactions, not the severe, where you have the angioedema, your tongue is swollen out of your mouth, hives all over the place, things of that nature. Um, Ear infection, strep throat, just any of your basic things. You don't need to go to an emergency room for that. Now, the emergency room is for chest pain, slurred speech, serious burns, head injury, broken bones, seizures, change in mental status. If you've been in a severe accident, say a rollover, pin in, things of that nature, then yes, you need to go to the ER. When calling for an ambulance, you need to ask yourself, is that the right thing to do? If mom happened to be out in the yard and, I don't know, say raked her foot with a rake and she cut her foot open, is that necessary to go to the emergency room? No, you can go to an urgent care. Unless the cut is severe enough to where you need stitches. But even that, an urgent care can handle that as well. There are a lot of studies that are going on with the 911 system and the abuse. I think people have tended to rely on the theory of, well, if I call an ambulance, I'll be seen quicker, I'll get a room. That is not always the case. It is based off of a triage system. And if you fall under a certain category, then you do go to triage. That's just how it is. If your provider, your paramedic feels that this is a true emergency and you need to have a doctor look at you within a timely manner, or as soon as you walk through those doors, then yes, you will get a bed and you will be seen by a doctor. Just be mindful. Be very mindful when you're calling the 911 system, and always ask yourself, is this a true emergency? Because again, these numbers do not lie. Okay, they don't lie at all, and everything is always recorded. So always think twice, quickly. And don't tie up an ambulance or a fire truck or a police officer if it is not really truly warranted. Thank you for listening. Have a good night.